Okay, let's try this again. I hope that this is working the way that it's supposed to now. If it doesn't, so be it. It's not the end of the world. But let me get this chat here. Come on. And I apologize for the lighting. Literally, as I was going live, my light decided to die. So that's cool. So yeah. So anyways, so yeah. So we are gonna be over in Houston, is what I was mentioning before. I apologize for those that are in that area, and because I don't know what field we're going to, so I have no clue. See, okay, there we go. Yeah, there's people joining now. I had another one going, and I was just like, man, no one's joined. Like, I know I can be kind of ugly, but man, like for no one, that's kind of crazy. So this is not a mistake. I know for my members, they're probably like, what's going on? Usually this is just a member only live stream, but I've decided, yeah, let's open up this one, just kind of talk about things. Of course, if you have a something that you wanted to ask, I'm more than happy to talk about it. So put that in the chat. And I promise I'm not trying to like knock out spick and span. I realized after I decided, like, yeah, Tuesdays, that'll be great. That's when Kyle and Ryan have their live stream. I'm not trying to like compete with them or anything. Kyle and I've known Kyle for a while. Ryan has been around paintball forever. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So hey, Alexis. So yeah. So anyways, what I wanted to do was first I wanted to talk about, like I said, usually this is just for members. So if you're not a member and you like the live stream, you get to ask whatever questions, or every other week is when I do these. So with the watch tier, it just is basically like a thank you. But from learn and win, you get additional benefits. So if you are a part of that, you get videos early. That's one thing. So you guys probably have noticed that my videos aren't dropping on Monday; they drop on Thursday now. So for those that are members, they get the early videos. They also get additional entries depending on their level for competitions, or I'm sorry, for giveaways. So one of the members, I won't say who, if he wants to put it in the chat, that's fine. I know he's probably going to be watching soon. Has won a couple, just because if you're a part of the watch tier, you get one additional entry. The learn tier, you get two, and the win tier, you get three additional entries. And he won the Guru gun stand, and I think he won something else. So it's just been like, yeah, he's hacking the system or something. I don't know exactly, but yeah. Again, I apologize for the lighting being a little bit darker. My light over here just decided I don't want to work anymore, even though I've had it charging. So, Kernel Panic. So I absolutely. It's just a matter of figuring out with team clinics. I like doing clinics. It's just a matter of finding the time. That's really what it comes down to. I forgot my grease. So yeah, it just depends on where you're at. Depends on timing. So I mean, with me getting back into teaching right now, it's not something that makes it where I have a whole bunch of free time. So if you wanted to contact me, you can just email me. So how to play paintball 05 at gmail.com. So yeah, absolutely hit me up there, and we can try to figure something out. Even if it's something that, okay, let's plan for something in the future. I'd love to be able to do that. I've done a bunch of clinics, so just trying to, yeah, it's cool. Like, I like being able to go out there. I appreciate that people believe in me. So yeah. So let's see. Just a quick uh little tip. So I something that I talked about in the other one, because I thought it was working, then all of a sudden that it just wasn't working apparently. I don't know. So the any of the Bunker King stuff, just a shameless plug. Use Watch Learn Win on their website and you get 15% off. Just a heads up. But a tip that I had for you guys is you want to make sure that you have isopropyl alcohol. So that way, when you're cleaning stuff out, like especially when you're getting into electronics, just a thing that's good to have, because you aren't going to damage your electronics, and also it just helps with making things real clean. So kind of helps cut through that grime. Now for shells and stuff like that, I would put that underwater. That's completely fine. But the uh, the isopropyl alcohol is going to help you with just kind of getting all of that out. So getting all this back together. So yeah, so I wanted to, like I said, talk about that membership stuff. So I'm sure if he gets on here, I won't call him out unless he wants to say like I'm the one that's won everything. I promise that he's not cheating. I'll be honest, I kind of wanted to, hey, don't talk about my lights like that, Impulse. Um, because like I just literally it just died. I have two, and I was charging the battery, and then the battery decided, no, I don't want to work anymore. So I don't want to hear it from you. So yeah. So anyways, so if you guys are interested in that, I appreciate any support. I'm not saying that you need to go and be a member. I'm not going to have some like paywall thing where you don't get the videos at all or something like that. But I do have it where if you're a member, you do get videos early. So you'll get the video on Monday. So like tomorrow, I'm going to be working real hard for the members and for you guys because the layout drops tomorrow for the Chicago Open or the Windy City Major, whatever the NXL likes to have those instead of just the Chicago Open or whatever. So that's something that my members will get the video right when I upload it. It's battery holidays. Yeah, probably. It was charging like all day. It probably just means I need to buy a new one, but yeah, we'll figure that one out. But the now you guys got me off track. um, the the members are going to get the video right when I upload it tomorrow, and then for everyone else, you're going to have to wait till Friday. So Friday is when I'll release the video for everyone else. But for the layout breakdown, my first impressions, you guys know how I usually do that. Just as a little side note. So anyways, the other thing too is with my members, they do get discounts. So depending on their level, I give them discounts on like the custom reg that I had. So my custom powerhouse TKO reg with the acid wash blue, and then of course let me get that in the frame. How to Play Paintball logo. So Powerhouse was really awesome and did an amazing job as usual. They always do a good job, but they uh, are sponsoring myself and the channel, so I appreciate that. But yeah, so like right now they're retailing for 200 and 220. So 200 for the regular size body and then 220 for the long body. My members are getting a discount on that. So depending on what level they're at, they do get a discount. But yeah, so just kind of shameless plug. I'm not gonna lie about that. So let's see. Make sure I have everything here. All right. So what are the Saints doing? First of all, thank you for those that are supportive of me with that move. I know not everyone is. It was something that I felt was going to be best for myself as a player. So just kind of it was a move that I honestly I was the one that went and spoke to them. I think I mentioned that before. If I didn't, that's what happened. It's nothing that I don't appreciate. What Charlie and them helped me to get to. I mean, it's because of the Kings that I'm the player that I am. But I just felt like this was a better opportunity for me as a player. So I wanted to make sure that I called Charlie and the one of the team managers and all them, and then told the team, and then told all of you. So there are some people that are just haters as well, which I don't get because they just I don't know. There's just a bunch of like the armchair quarterback for paintball, I guess, where they're like, "Oh, dumb move. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done this." Man, if it's something that I feel like is going to be best for me, like I'm it makes sense for me to go and do that. So, but with the Saints, uh, we are going to be out over in Houston this weekend. I mentioned that earlier. I don't know what field we're going to be at yet. I probably won't know until I get in the car and they just kind of drive me wherever it is that that we're going. Because I don't ask, I don't really, yeah, I just kind of get in the car and that's that. So yeah, so it's uh, somewhere in Houston. Maybe you guys, if you are in the Houston area or Texas, and then you play in Houston, if you see me, please say hi. Uh, but um, but yeah, we'll be out there this weekend, and then the week after that, we're practicing actually against the Kings as well as distortion and energy over in the Virginia area at was it Chesapeake Sports Park. So it's a great facility. I've played there before when I was with the Kings, and Alan and them do a fantastic job with helping run practices and just make it where it's like really worthwhile to to go out there. So it is Labor Day weekend, so I think that's why some of the prices were a little bit higher, which I don't really like, but so be it. What are you gonna do? But yeah, so again, if you guys are in that area, please say hi there as well. I apologize if I seem kind of standoffish at all. I am just going to be focused on figuring out the layout, figuring out what we need to adjust so that we can go and go win. You know, like that's what the team is there to do, is to win. So I appreciate the Saints having the faith in me to bring me on, and then yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. So yeah, so stay tuned, by the way, because I am gonna do some special discounts for today. So we'll get to that in a little bit once I finish up with this stuff. Um, like I had mentioned as well, please go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I have it where only subscribers can do that. I didn't even do it this time where it's only members. But again, my members usually get to have just me all to themselves every other week. So let me make sure that nothing is leaking, and we'll be all set. So, all right, no leaks, no leaks. Perfect. All right. Hey, Sergio. So if you listen to um, Ska, was it Catch 22? Streetlight Manifesto has a Hey Sergio. Sorry for everyone else that doesn't listen to that, but yeah. Okay. All right. So who is the structure for training considering the experience in or how is the structure? Um, so for right now, so we had a practice before the California event over in Sacramento, and then we flew out a day or two early. Went and played. We got to practice against ourselves. That's right. It was 2 days early. It was ourselves, and then the next day it was Dynasty and Manawatu Titans, who ended up winning in semi-pro. So that was good. I'll be able to go and play against them. It was a Fresno something. I can't remember the name of the field offhand right now, but yeah, I mean for when it was us, we basically just did drills against ourselves and put ourselves in situationals. I think that's something that um, that a lot of people don't do. Is okay, if you need to work on closing, well, stop playing points and do closing drills. Like if you just want to go out and have fun, absolutely, just go out and have fun. But if you are wanting to win, like you have to put in the work. So it's kind of like you know, NFL needs to go and practice every kind of situation because they need to be ready. Yeah, Manawatu was a good surprise. I know they had Harrison, and for those that didn't hear about Bobby Avilas passing away, he was actually supposed to play with them as well. And I remember I'd asked them what was going on, and they said it was some family thing. So I don't know if they even really knew what was going on. So um, yeah, so thoughts and prayers to the Avilas family. Bobby, I remember one of the times when he played at the Ironman. This is when I wasn't playing pro, and he I was helping Pitt for the Ironman, and all of a sudden, like, it was like, okay, this match is over, whatever. And Bobby did this run through the middle or on the D side that was just like, oh, keep potting. Like, he turned it around single handedly. So when he turned it on, like, great player. And from what I had understood, it was all. Uh, I mean, he was just a good person. I never hung out with him personally, so like I can't attest to him. It's kind of like when Tim passed away. I never had any negative interactions with Tim. It was always positive whenever I spoke to him, but I wouldn't say that I was like friends with him. With Bobby, I just knew of him, so it wasn't like some some really really close friend. But it's still, it's still a blow to the paintball community, especially with how sudden it was. Because I was literally sitting in the stands and heard someone say like, "Oh, Bobby passed away." So yeah, just kind of crazy. All right, so I can tell you guys now our break, or our bracket. I mean, let me bring this up. Brackets. Okay. All right. So this is our bracket. Oh, I can talk about the other ones now because now they're all posted. I'm going to give you my predictions of who's going to be the top two out of each bracket. Um, so bracket A is Dynasty, Revo, ML Kings, Ironman, and AC Diesel. I feel like Ironman really stepped up, um, but I feel like it'll be Dynasty and Revo that win out of that one. I think the Kings, with them not making Sunday this last event, they're definitely going to be fighting real hard. So they're going to be either a wild card or they might take over Revo. But when I was with the Kings, Revo was always a team that just kind of had the Kings number. I don't think there was ever a time that I can remember that when I was with them that the team had beat Revo. So, my opinion, I think it'll be Dynasty and Revo. Um, the next bracket is Houston Heat, Thunder, Hurricanes, Uprising, and Red Legion. Now, if you guys didn't hear from my other one, Red Legion didn't go to either minor. Apparently, my understanding is what I've heard is that the rules state that they need to go to every major, but I'm not sure exactly how that works out because like we had to go to the California event, which was super expensive because the team didn't play in Texas. So if it wasn't for that, we probably wouldn't have gone to California. But we had to. But Red Legion is allowed to not show up, and they just get a 0 for their points, even though last place, if all 20 teams showed up, would only be 1 point. So I don't know. I think it's kind of messed up. According to the rule book, if you miss I guess it's only majors. I'm not 100% sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's only majors, I guess, that you lose your franchise. So I don't know. I don't even know who they're having come over. Same with Heat. I don't know if Fedorov is going to make it over. Sergey, I don't know if he's making it over. I don't know if he's living here now. I'm not sure exactly. So that's going to definitely shake things up. Um, I I feel like there's going to be some upsets from the Hurricanes. I think Hurricanes might be Heat and Hurricanes. It's nothing against. I mean, this is what sucks with doing this is that I have friends on a lot of different teams, but strictly going off of, I think it's going to be Heat and Hurricanes, and then yeah, I think that's who it's going to be in bracket B. Tell me what you guys think too. Bracket C is Impact, X Factor, Aftermath, Energy, and DMG. Um, that's going to be a really tough one because of the fact that when Aftermath can go in knowing the layout, they're very, very deadly. I think the thing when they have a blind layout, they seem to struggle. Again, when I was with the Kings, they played that Astra event and they didn't play super amazing or anything. But once they know the layout and they know how to break it down, Mike does an amazing job of breaking that down. So I think he is definitely going to be able to do some good stuff, especially after their showing in Sacramento. Yeah, Hinman is just like incredible with how he can break things down. So I think Impact will win the bracket, but it'll be X Factor and Aftermath. And it's tough to say because maybe this is a field that Energy does really well on. Energy is a very aggressive team. But if it's like a lockdown kind of field, I think that's kind of Aftermath style. Impact is just very well rounded. And then our bracket, I'm going to go through and talk about probably the things that we will need to do as a team to beat these other teams. So it's Damage, Infamous, Level, Saints, and NYX. Um, so against Damage, Damage is they've kind of moved over to this new style of moving a lot of people around to different spots, and it seems to be working. I mean, they won in Texas by doing that, so they had guys moving around to different spots that they're not supposed to go to, quote unquote. Um, Infamous has a super stacked roster, so I don't well, all right, let me stop. So to beat Damage, it's being able to make those right moves at the right time. I know that's very kind of stereotypical, just shoot them before they shoot you. But Damage is a team that if you shoot some of them off the break, the point isn't over. They're a very good team at being able to lock down. Um, uh, who's really bad. um, I don't know. It, I'm not gonna be. I'm still gonna be cordial. Let me leave it that way. I don't want to have any enemies or anything like that. But yeah. So the way that we'll be able to beat Damage with the Saints is being able to break those crosses and just pick on players. Who's going to be someone that's strong and who is it that is going to yeah, I think if we can kind of get in their head a little bit, hopefully that'll be something that gives us an edge. Against Infamous, I feel like Infamous can throw a bunch of stuff at you, but I want to say that they can be penalty friendly. So my opinion is going to be that game. We need to be super calm and collected. I think if we go against them, and again, this is before even seeing the layout, so I have no clue. It could be a layout that you need to send 3 bodies through the middle. I'm completely fine with that, by the way, because I like to go up the gut and go bunker people. So yeah, so that's um, with Infamous. I feel like it's just going to be composure and then just expecting big moves, and it's probably going to be bonus balling. Like there's some guys that are just going to keep going until you keep shooting them. So I think that'll probably be it. Level can be the same way, where they have a couple guys that are really aggressive. Sorry, with Infamous, then they also have Cody and Callie that are going to be good at being turrets. But what I noticed is if you stay dedicated to your job, it seems to do pretty well. Like letting players run into your gun, I guess. Trying to think of when I'd practiced against Infamous before, like what was it that we had done to beat them. Again, at practice, you're trying things, but yeah, I think aggression is going to be something that the Saints we need to incorporate. If you watch the Golden State Open, you would see that when we played really aggressive, that's when we started doing really well. And yeah, with Level, I think it's so Danny's real solid in the snake. I think if we can just keep an eye on him, not that one player makes a team. That's not what I'm saying. And then oh my gosh, I am forgetting his name on the D side. But he also plays in the center, so he's kind of like me, where he'll play in the Dorito side and up the gut. But they do have some guys that are good at communicating and kind of holding their jobs. But what I noticed at least was this player on the Dorito side, and I cannot remember his name. Why can I not remember his name? But he seemed like he was getting a little bit flustered with, uh, yeah, just not not keeping it together and kind of like running into guns. So that isn't going to be super helpful. But I think if we play against them, or when we play against them, that'll. I guess it's just discipline. It's like super discipline against Infamous, probably more aggression against Damage, probably matching aggression with Level. And then with NYX, those guys, I'm going to make sure that in our huddle, because we do have some players that might get heated. And like I love Harris, like those all the NYX guys, I love those guys. They're fantastic. Like they gave me water at the Sacramento event. They're like cleaning pods. I'm like, can I get some water? Because we were done with our matches that day, I think, and so I was just hanging out. But they, I feel like the thing with NYX is that they have so much talent, and they're just not putting it together. And I think the way that we can beat them is one, not letting them get in our heads. Harris has even said that he wouldn't try to do like his chirping to me because he's like, I know I'm not going to get to you because I'm just going to walk off the field or just be like, Harris, like, look at the scoreboard, like, whatever it is. But there are some guys on the Saints that I think they might try to target. One I can think of in particular that I want to talk to just to make sure, like, hey, they're going to say stuff and they're going to try to put you in the ground or whatever. You just do the same thing back and don't say a word. Let the refs throw penalties, let them do all that stuff, and we'll work that out. So the advantage that we have with NYX, let me bring up our times. So we play NYX first at 9 a.m. So we are the first match. The downside with that is Infamous will be able to watch our match and we play them next. The advantage with that, let me see, Infamous. So the advantage with that is I don't know if Infamous is playing before us or not. They'd have to play at the 8 o'clock slot. If that's the case, then we can watch them and they're going to watch us. So that'll at least be something that with NYX, we can throw a lot at them and they haven't been able to watch any footage. And honestly, I think it's just going to be kind of a bloodbath. And yeah, just really putting it on people. So the kind of paintball that I'm fine with. With Infamous, if they do have a chance to watch us, they have a great group of guys that are able to break players down. I think our advantage is that a lot of our guys are unknown. I know with some of them at Sacramento, Russ, who was coaching us in Sacramento, was like, "Yeah, I pulled you because they were keying up on you." Like they would switch guns and shoot at me. So like, I'll take that as a compliment. But yeah, like Infamous will probably try to key in on certain players and pick on guys with level. So this will be something that. So level we play at 8 a.m. On Saturday, and then we play damage at 10. So hopefully, what'll happen is that we won't get any weather in the morning. It'll just be nice. That's what I'm hoping for. With level, I don't know what times. I can try to pull this up a little bit later, but I don't know what times it is that they are going to uh, be playing the day before. The good thing is that since we play so early, we'll be able to sit around and watch and really scout and break teams down. And yeah, and then even going back to the hotel and watching on Go Sports, whatever, we're going to be able to see what is it that level and damage like to do. So the other side of that as well is, of course, they're going to be able to watch us. So I think, especially with damage, we might need to have some stuff that we don't show until we play damage. That might be something that we need to do just to make it so that we have these like haymakers that come out of nowhere and they just don't know how to counter it because they haven't seen us do that. So again, this is all saying stuff before we've even seen the layout tomorrow. Which again, for my members, you guys are going to see it right away. And then for everyone else, you guys will see it on Friday is when I'll drop for everyone else. So yeah. But yeah, so what questions do you guys have? I mean, I need some water anyway. So exactly, think outside the box. That's exactly it. Anyone knows people at Redcon that want to sponsor me? I actually know one of the guys there. And also shameless plug for OTL. So Patty Gleason over on Thunder has helped me a lot with all the workouts. He does some weird stuff sometimes. But yeah, then also if you guys haven't gotten the stuff from Brute, I think it's at This Is Brute on Instagram. That's Blake Yarber's sunscreen company. It's like just zinc, right? Yeah, nano zinc oxide. So they are they're great. And him and his wife are fantastic people. So yeah, support those that I mean they're awesome. All right. So how are things coming along with the Saints? Overall, pretty good. I think that there's definitely growing pains. I can't complain. But there are some things where I'm coming from from the Kings, who, when I'm telling people, like, I think trust is the thing. That's what I'm going to say. I think trust is the thing that is is lacking, and that's something that I hope I'm showing by example. If you watch my matches against Aftermath, I'm going up the gut and I'm posted, and then I get bunkered. And part of me is kind of like, guys, I need you to watch my tape or whatever. But yeah, it's just something that um, you just need to trust in your teammates. So I think Remy, that's probably the big thing with the Saints is that I think we showed that we can hang, but it's just a matter of putting things together. Is it Al Aor? I don't know. I will go to play paintball for the first time, and I'm really nervous. All right, don't be. It's actually 0.02% more likely to put you in the hospital than yoga, statistically. The worst injuries I've seen, like, just from recreational players, probably be more like, I guess, heat stroke. I mean, you would need to just make sure that you're drinking water, and especially with it being the summertime. The worst things that I've seen on the field, I have seen some like dislocated shoulders and stuff like that, but you're not going to be diving around, so you're going to be just fine. But yeah, just go and have fun. It kind of feels like it's not even comparison. No, statistically, if you look it up, it's 0.02% more likely to put you in the hospital than yoga, and I think that even includes like sprains and stuff like that. But yeah, paintball is extremely safe. Um, so let's see. So if I'm playing a team with a higher level, I believe I should not box the boxer, but instead try to be. Yeah, absolutely. I think you need to pick on tendencies, but you also need to just not care. I think that was something with some of the guys, is that they're like, oh man, we're playing against Dynasty, or oh, we're playing against so and so, and it's like, no, I want to go shoot these guys. Like, it doesn't matter who they are. Like, that should be your mindset, is I don't care who you are. When you step on the field, like, you guys that have talked to me outside of the field know I try to be a very nice guy. I try to make sure that, I'm cordial, all of that stuff. But it's yeah, it's something that on the field, you should be trying to blow heads off. Like, that's just what it needs to be. Flying V with Craig. Awesome. Yeah. No, Craig's been putting in work. And yeah, we could do the flying V. Why not? Do I think that tournament style of paintball is growing, not just teams, but fields as well? I think that's a tough question. I feel like Hinman is doing an amazing job with the WCPPL. His league comes to mind because they had a huge number of people. So I think it depends on how the leagues are doing things. MVPS over here in Florida is a fantastic league, and they're doing really, really well. I think it's one of those things that it's not what it was in the early 2000s, absolutely not. But there was also a lot more money. So I don't know if that's what it is, but I think fields should try to focus on tournament players. I know they're going to make more in the short term from the recreational players, but if you have a player that's coming back every single weekend and buying, one or two cases of paint, paying entry, whatever, you're going to be able to get repeat customers, and then you have loyalty as well. So instead of having someone that might play one time and be gone until next year, then yeah, it's one of those things that they should really try to focus and make sure that the tournament players are also taken care of. Louisville, Sunday D5. Words of wisdom for a young D5 team: roll your gun and talk. What is it that you're doing? What is it that the other team is doing? How is it that you can help your teammate? Ask them, like, hey, what's keeping you in? Ask for help. Don't think that you need to put the whole team on your back. Do you ever get tripped out when you have the blue dragon on the other side of the field? I feel like I might have had that when I first started playing pro. But now it's just kind of like, yeah, I just kind of, um, it's just, it's just another team. Like, I wanted to go get Blake back. I went and when we practiced them, I went up the gut and he bunkered me. And the next one, I shot him off the break, and I'm like, that doesn't really count. And then I wanted to run through and just go bunker him just because, but it was such a big gap that I was like, I'm in the center looking around, and I'm like, I don't know if I can make this, so I'm not going to. And I was like, man, I didn't actually get him back. I shot him off the break. Like I shot him and I got him back in that way. But yeah. Anyone can shoot anyone at any time in those nets. Absolutely. Literally this past weekend, I'm doing drills, and the first one-on-one that I did after I had done some drills was against one of the local players here, and he shot me, and I was like, okay, can't happen again. So it's one of those things that all it takes is one ball. Yeah, that's just yeah. Do any tournament players actually buy paint at the field? So it depends on the field. There's some fields that have like here in Florida, Central Florida Paintball, I think has a deal with some of the local areas that you can bring paint from them, and I think that they split some of the profit for that. But it's just something that you one need to make sure that you're helping the field. Uh, I understand sometimes the prices are a little bit higher, but you can always talk to the field too and be like, "Hey, what can we do as a team to bring the prices down to this much per case?" You know, whatever that might be, and figure out like, okay, if we ref 2 times a month and help out, can we get paint for this price or get free paint or at least get free entry and stuff like that? So it's just one of those things that yeah, you need to make sure that you're um, supporting the field. Like, don't try to swindle them. But just depends on every field. Some fields are okay with bringing your own paint. They charge a little bit more for entry, and then they're like, yeah, bring your own paint, but just not this color, and that's what it is. Uh, is there a way to practice alone before to go play? I mean, like doing cardio and all that's going to be great. But I think it's just go out and have fun. Honestly, it feels kind of like a bee sting or like a booster shot. It stings for a second and then that's it. Right now, I think I get more upset when I get shot because I got shot. It's not even one of those like, ow. There are some of those. I've definitely gotten those where I'm like, oh, that rung my bell. But yeah, it's just more upset. MVPS did great with their streaming, absolutely, and broadcasting this last summer Rumble. If something like what Vince McMahon did with WWF to buy out leagues can help, that would be interesting. That would actually be really interesting. I think I like what SPL has done is they have like a Florida and a Georgia league or conference. So you don't have to drive back and forth between those states because not everyone is able to do that. But it would be interesting if like WCVPL bought up or combined with another league or whatever. I'm in Central Florida, so I'm right down the road, about 40 minutes, 45 minutes southeast of Central Florida Paintball. So that's where I'm at for that. Um, okay, so let me pull this up here too before I start spouting nonsense. Where is it? Nope. Where did it go? Where did it go? There we go. Okay. Um, from Chile. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, have fun. That's the big thing is have fun. Um, have the field, but there should be some commitment of the team with the field. Absolutely. I think once you make those, I mean, so for instance, with Mark and Wall Paintball here in Winter Haven, um, they've been a huge support of me. But I'll also go and buy paint from them. Now he gives me a discount, but I'll still go and buy paint. I'll go buy paint. I've helped out his players with essentially free clinics sometimes because of what the field has done for me. So it's my way that I can essentially like pay them back for that stuff. So that's kind of my thought process with that. But yeah, so man, Remy, that's a good one. Actually, it would be really interesting. I kind of want to bring that up to Hinman and see what he would say because that'd be really interesting to have like a West Coast, like a WCPPL and then an ECPPL, Ekpol and Wekpol, and see what he could do with that. That would be really interesting. But yeah. All right, so we're gonna start wrapping up here in a second, but I wanted to do team loyalty. Wait, to feel be a long way. Um, oh, absolutely. Yeah. If you uh whole Latin America on their side. I am half Cuban, by the way. Like I am half Cuban, so like it's not like I'm just some white dude. Like I'm half Cuban, so I can play on the team. Yeah, team loyalty to a field is absolutely important, especially if you can bring teams in. Like once you can start doing that kind of stuff as well, and you can say, hey, we want to bring in this other team for a practice. Can we get them this pricing for paint? The owner of the field is probably going to be fine with that because it's more money for them and it's more for them to essentially have advertising and all that as well. But you want to make sure that you're also doing stuff on the social media side of things and all that. So here's what I wanted to say. So I still have a few of the headbands left. So remember when I had those custom headbands? What I want to do is just for you guys, could hire you as their Jason Bateman from Ozarks. I don't know that reference. I'm sorry. I don't watch Ozarks. I've heard it's great. I haven't watched it. So with the headbands, I think initially I was selling them for 100 each. There is like a little special little thing in there as well. What I'm going to do is just for the next 2 hours. So I'm going to count this as 8 o'clock right now. So from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock, if you email me, so how to play paintball 05@gmail.com, I'll do whatever headband you want. I'll have to see what we have in stock for 50 shipped. So that's only going to be for 2 hours. The same is going to go for the regs. I only have a couple of these left. So the powerhouse regs, okay. I know I have one long body left, and then I have a couple of the regular. They're the TKO Powerhouse, fantastic regs, fantastic company. They stand by their product. So if you had an issue for some reason, you just hit them up and they'll take care of you. What I've been doing is 200 for the regular and 220 for the long body. What I'm going to do, same thing for the next 2 hours and 2 hours only. So there's only a couple people that are still watching. So you guys are getting the deals. I'm going to do that for, let's do 75 for the regulars. I'm sorry, 175. Oh my gosh. I was about to put my foot in my mouth. And we'll say 175 for both. I'm going to say 175 for both. So you're getting some money off. Now, if you're a member, make sure to hit me up and I'm going to give you guys even more of a discount. So just as a thank you for the support. But yeah, so for those that are still watching and would like to buy one of those headbands, you need to email me at howtoplaypaintball05@gmail.com. And let's say the title needs to have brute. Yeah, we'll go with brute. Yeah. So you have to say brute in the title, and then just tell me what it is that you would like, and I can get you hooked up. But yeah, so that'll be $50 per headband, and then yeah, I'm sorry. I meant 175. I'm sorry. Because not 75. I'm sorry. And there's only 10 of these made, so there's only a couple more. But yeah, 175, and that'll be shipped. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I don't mean to do that. So yeah, it'd be 175 just for the next 2 hours. So up until okay, we can see the headbands. Where is mine? Do I still have? So if you go on the Instagram, unless I have a picture in here, I know this is super unprofessional. So I have them sealed as well. So I don't want to cut the seal. Where did I put them? So if you go on the How to Play Paintball, so at How to Play PB, I know in there. Oh, there we go. So they are custom. So they are a 10-ounce denim tiger stripe. So there are a couple different designs, like a horizontal, and there's also a vertical. I'm so sorry that I'm showing you pictures on here. Hey, look, it's my son down there. So sorry that it's just pictures, but yeah, so it's 50 shipped. Um, and then like I said, for the regs, it's 175, not 75. My gosh, I would get in probably trouble for that one. um, but yeah, so the way that you become a member, so if you go to, I believe you can go to youtube.com/, how to play paintball. And I don't know if you have to click subscribe first and then it's there, or what exactly. Um, but you'll see like become a member or membership or something like that. And there's different levels. So let's see. Hey, if you want to figure out a way for me to be able to ship it to Chile, depending on the pricing for shipping, we can talk. So hit me up, email me, and I'll try to work something out for you. Absolutely. Let's see. Oh yeah. So for people that are looking for uh, some recommendations, yeah, legs and core are super important. So like core strength and being able to snap and all that, and being able to be quick and agile, but also have really good stability is really important. So yeah, that lower back, your obliques, your abs, so all of your core is real important. So doing a lot of like free weights is going to be good for that, because you're working stability whenever you do that. So instead of getting on like a machine and doing benches, getting on with dumbbells and doing bench press. So that way you have to adjust for it moving around, or if you do like bridges, so you have to do like whatever to Chewy. I don't want to hear it because you probably used it wrong too. So yeah, so any of those kind of workouts where you're incorporating balance as well and just stability is going to be good. Yeah, shenanigans is great. They've been stepping up. Let's see. Yeah, so that is we're gonna be calling it pretty soon. So again, just for the next 2 hours, if you hit me up, how to play paintball 05 at gmail.com, I'll do any headband for 50. This is only for 2 hours up until 10 p.m. Um, and then so that'll be shipped in the US. If you're international, we'll figure something out. Okay. And then for the custom powerhouse regs, they'll be 175 for whatever one you want. So it's until I mean, if I sell out tonight, then that's that. But I'll be able to get all that shipped out for you guys. And same thing, if I need to ship international, then I can we can figure out something with that. Okay. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for those that have sí, soy cubano. But um, now I'm getting off track again. Probably need to go to sleep. Uh, yes, that is the real Lewis. That's Chewy. Um, they made fun of me for having a video on how to use a barrel maid, but so many people use it wrong. So it's like, go watch it and know how to use a swab. So anyways, so I'll see you guys. Thank you again for all the support. If you guys want to jump on to the membership, we just talk. So if you have questions, all of that, it's every other week. Be on the lookout for the layout breakdown, my first impressions. I'll get that up for my members tomorrow. And then for everyone else on Friday, probably Friday evening. So I'll see you guys then. If you're going to be in Chicago as well, please say hi. I apologize if I'm running somewhere and all I can do is say hi back and that's it, not talk, but please say hi. So I will see you all later. And as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.